Hello and welcome to another edition of Conspirator Brock's Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of September 6th, 2017. Kind of a light week this week, which is a little odd, at least single issue wise. There's a huge amount of graphic novels and hardcovers and omnibuses that came out this week. So I did not actually pick up any, but I do have the ones I would have picked up on conspiratorbrock.com on the post for this week's video and list of stuff that I'm picking up. So I'll mention them here, but if you're curious, you can swing over there and check it out. So let's get right into it. First up, we have Bane Conquest, number 5 of 12. I'm actually pretty much caught up with all of my single issue reading. I only have a couple of issues of Wonder Woman to read, but otherwise I am caught up. The Bane Conquest stuff, it's not the best. I'm not too sure if I'm going to keep getting it. Part of me is like, just get it and then sell the set, which is probably what I'll end up doing. But I'm not too much of a fan of it, so if I was forced to not buy it, I wouldn't be sad. Yeah. Next up, we have Batman 30. Now, this is a book I would be devastated if I couldn't buy, but it is an amazing to read. This is the War of Jokes and Riddles interlude, so we're taking another break in this story. It's just been amazing. Tom King, his run on Batman has been fantastic. I can't actually wait to dive into rereading it, because there's just so much to Tom King. Yeah, and we're getting Mr. Miracle from him as well. So yeah, good stuff. Next up we have is Dastardly and Muttley, number 1 of 6. This is continuing the Hanna-Barbera stuff. So figured I'd give it a try, check it out. Next up we have Green Arrow number 30. Hard Traveling Hero continues in this. I've been really enjoying the Hard Traveling Hero story arc. Green Arrow for me didn't start out very strong, but has progressed into a really solid book. So yeah, if you are curious about Green Arrow, I would highly recommend going back and picking up Jeff Lemire's stuff on Green Arrow, which was The Killing Machine. I believe the first trade from the New 52 stuff, and then you can just read from there. Is the best way to do it, because Percy takes over after him and then continues into the Rebirth stuff. But Green Arrow has just been really good, and I enjoy reading every chance I get. Next up we have Green Lanterns number 30. This continues the Out of Time story arc. Boz and Jessica Cruz are lost in time, so to speak, and they're trying to get back to defeat that first Lantern guy. So yeah, but it's been good. I've been enjoying it, but we'll see where it goes from here. Next up we have Harbinger Renegade number 7, or Renegades number 7. I don't know, it's covered up. Yeah, the title the first story arc was okay. I can kind of see where you're going with it, but then it kind of went off the rails a little bit with issue 5, which was the huge, some big Harbinger character dies and is very violent. So, and then issue 6 was kind of just, so I'm not too sure about Harbinger Renegade. We'll see if I continue to enjoy it. It's probably one of the lower books for Valiant right now that I'm enjoying, but yeah. Next up we have Harley Quinn number 27. Yes, I got caught up with Harley Quinn. It was a slog a little bit, but I got there. So yeah, issue 27. This looks like it's actually written by well, actually, let's see. It's not Palmiotti and Connor. So I'm curious to see how this one goes out. This is Frank Terry, and artist is Eleonora Carlini or Carlina. So yeah, so this looks like a break from what we've been getting from Palmiotti and Connor, which is okay by me. But I know that Harley is going to be doing some political stuff in the next arc from Palmiotti and Connor. So yeah, we'll see. Overall, I like Harley. It's good. Next up, we have Justice League number 28. This continues the legacy story where basically all of the Justice League's kids have come from the future to tell their parents that things are screwed up. And yeah, so far it's been okay. The Justice League book overall, I think, is just is good. It's a team book. It flows like a team book. It's like a big menace, kind of, and then we have a break here and there. But overall, I think it's a good, solid book. Entertaining, at least. Next up, we have Outcast at number 30. Outcast is just really good. I want to check out the TV show adaptation of it, but I have not yet had a chance. But overall, Outcast has been great. Next up, we have Justin Jordan's Savage Things from Vertigo. This is issue 7. I've really enjoyed Savage Things. It's been a really solid read, for me at least. So yeah, I like the things that aren't all superhero on my pull list. Next up, we have a new Star Wars book, not from Marvel, and that's Star Wars Adventures number 1. This is from IDW, and this is a kind of more kids level Star Wars book, so I picked it up for Brody and I to peruse. It's good to see kind of a book coming out for Star Wars for kids that's kind of at this age range. So it's odd that it's not Marvel, but oh well. And that's just the first Star Wars book on this video, so yeah. Next up, we have Superman number 30, a minute longer. Superman is going up against Sinestro, yeah, and Parallax is in this. It's been crazy stuff, and it's been super good. I've been enjoying Superman. I can't wait for the stuff to happen with Oz Effect and all that. So yeah, good times. That's it for my pull list. I did grab 3 variants this week. One was for Green Lanterns 30. Thought that was pretty cool. Of course, I grabbed the Frank Cho Harley cover with her doing some yoga. And I grabbed the Superman 30 cover right there. I did pick up a book that I missed last week, and that was the Black Racer and Shiloh Norman oversized special as part of the Jack Kirby stuff that DC was putting up. Darkseid also came out, but I did not actually grab a copy of it. I forgot. Ryan had actually placed them not in the alphabetical order, so they were off to the side, so my brain just didn't register that I needed to pick up those books. So hopefully we'll be getting copies of Darkseid soon. If not, I have another way of getting a copy. So yeah, so those are the books I haven't caught up on, is the Jack Kirby specials from DC and a couple issues of Wonder Woman, but otherwise I'm caught up. It feels good to be this caught up. It'll be even better when I'm completely caught up. So yeah, I did get a couple special orders. I got this DC Super Friends joke book for my son. The joke on the cover says, "Why did the Joker keep running in class? Or in circles?" And it says, "He wanted to clown around. Ha ha ha." So yeah, so I thought it'd be a good thing for Brody to read and connect with the characters. So we'll see how well the DC Super Friends joke book goes over in my house. I did get something for myself, and this is the DC Bombshells Harley Quinn Deluxe Edition. It's basically her on the bomb with the clouds. This sucker retails for $200. So if you want it, I would snag it up right now. I did include it on my conspiratorbrock.com in the post for this week. It's a pull list in an Amazon ad, so if you're going through Firefox, you might not see it, but if you're going through Chrome, you'll see it as one of the little boxes on the side. So I believe Amazon's having them for $175. Yeah, I'm excited to bust her open and display her because, yeah, I love that statue. So that's it for what I brought home. Now we have the read list. So first up on the read list is Astonishing X-Men number 3. Charles Soule's actually been doing a good job with Astonishing X-Men. I've already read that one today, but enjoyed it. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep going with it. Next up is Generations Iron Man and Iron Heart. Yeah, these team-up books are just team-up books. It's a team-up story to put the 2 characters together, and it's kind of like, whoop, we put them together, and then whoop, we pull them apart. Does it have any lasting consequence for the Marvel Universe? I don't see it. The only one that I could see having lasting input would be the one for the Mighty Thor, but yeah. Next up is a new Star Wars book, and it's Journey to Star Wars The Last Jedi, Captain Phasma, number 1. Yes, this book tells you what the happens with Captain Phasma after you see her disable the shields and they throw her down the trash compactor. This will tell you what happens. So it's been a long time coming, but we get to figure out what happened to Captain Phasma in this book. So if that's one of the things that bothered you about The Force Awakens, then come and pick up this book and read it so you can know what the hell is going on with Captain Phasma. I like the character of Captain Phasma. I like that she's staying around. I was bummed when her part was cut off so abruptly in the film. But knowing Star Wars and other lore, you can bring these characters back and enjoy them. So yeah, I would highly recommend it. I read it. It's fun. It's great. Next up, we have 7 to Eternity, number 9. This is Rick Remender and I always forget his name. Jeremy Apena. Artist on it. It's good. I think at this point I'm probably going to take 7 to Eternity off my single issue read list. It seems to want to be read in a trade format, for me at least. But it is good and I do enjoy it. So if you have not yet checked it out, the first trade is available, and I would recommend going and grabbing that up. And then another Star Wars book, and that's Star Wars Darth Vader number 5. I read this one, and yes, he gets his lightsaber in this. So it's, again, Charles Soule's okay. It's not as good as the previous series, but we shall see. And finally on the read list is X-Men Gold number 11. I've been enjoying X-Men Gold so far. I think this probably has one of the weakest endings on an issue that I've had so far. But overall, still X-Men Gold has been good. So I did mention that there were a lot of hardcovers this week. Wicked and Divine had a hardcover, and the New Planet Hulk omnibus came out. But there were 3 books that I really wanted to pick up, and one of those was the Star Wars Darth Vader omnibus. The only reason I am not pulling the trigger on it is because I have 1 and 2 in the whole thing right here. But we'll see if I eventually go down and get that. It is on conspiratorbrock.com in the post for this week. So check it out if you want to see it on Amazon for purchase. 2 other things that came out was the Harley Quinn by Jeremy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor Omnibus Volume 1. It collects a bunch of the Harley stuff the early Harley stuff from the New 52. I think it's 16 issues, and it's bunch of one-shots with Future's End, the Comic-Con one. It even collects the mini-series with Power Girl. So there's a lot of material in it. I'm most likely going to snag that one up, despite the fact that I already have the hardcovers. Yeah, so if you like Harley and you want a nice big book with most of it in it, Volume 1 is out this week. And also, they decided to release the Terry Dotson, I can't remember the other guy's name, but the first Harley Quinn series in hardcovers, but there's only 9 issues in the actual hardcover, so I'm not too sure if it's something I'm going to pick up, especially since I already bought the soft covers. So yeah, comic book reader problems. So that's it for this week. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down in the comment section below. You can listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy. We recorded episode 323 this week. We talked some Defenders. We talked how bad the Batman Harley Quinn animated movie is. And we answered some listener questions. So there's a link in the description below for that. You can help me and my fellow conspirators out at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you help us with hosting, getting food, getting product. We do appreciate everything that our Patreon backers do. And they do bump us up to a tier of doing random picks, which irritates Ryan, but everybody likes random picks. So thank you again to all our Patreon backers. If you want to help support me a little bit more directly, you can purchase anything from Amazon that's on my YouTube channel or on conspiratorbrock.com. Just click on the link, and if you purchase it through there, I will get a little bit of money through Amazon so I can buy more stuff or whatever. So I do appreciate everyone who does that. So yeah, thank you. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle is @Brock Sager. yeah, so that's pretty much it. Fairly decent week. I did want to make a mention that I have been starting to play this game called Pokemon. My son has, my 6-year-old son has gotten into it, and so I am now going to probably be swimming in stuff like this, and getting Pokemon for him. I'm trying to get him to learn the decks, or learn how to play first, but hopefully we'll be able to do a father-son thing where we go and get one of the pre-made decks with the new set that comes out and just play and have some fun with it. So, Pokemon. Need to play some Hearthstone. Yeah. All right, well, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next week.